Hello, everyone. Welcome to your WWE Raw review for May 29th, 2017. This was the Extreme Rules Go Home Show slash Memorial Day episode. By the way, happy late Memorial Day to everyone. This show was terrible, just flat out terrible. It didn't even sell nobody on the Extreme Rules pay per view this Sunday. But let me get into this shit. The show started with a Memorial Day clip, and Fuckboy Buckethead, aka John Cena, is narrating over it because you know the WWE like to pretend that he's a Marine and shit. Afterwards, get the typical Raw intro, and the Miz and Maurice comes out. So the show's already to a bad start when you see these two. It's another gay ass Miz TV segment. Miz says he feels good because he gets to face Dean Ambrose at Extreme Rules for the Intercontinental title on Sunday. He talks about the stipulation of the match, which is if Ambrose gets disqualified, he will drop the belt. Miz introduces Cesaro and Sheamus as his guest. Miz says Cesaro and Sheamus are hard workers and deserve the tag titles. Sheamus says the fans turned on him and Cesaro and they will beat the Hardys at Extreme Rules. Miz rambles on and Ambrose comes out. Ambrose does some little goofy looking hand gestures on the outside. And then he says he came out there to shut their mouths and the Hardys appear. Ambrose and the Hardys clear the ring and then we get the commercial. So another stupid talking segment to open up the show. They didn't even actually need this. All they could have did was just had the Miz come out with Cesaro, Sheamus, and then it could have just been like a six-man tag. Just start the show out with a six-man tag. You didn't need this gay-ass fucking build-up just to build up a fucking six-man tag match when you could have just did it from the start. After the commercial, it stated that Angle had made a six-man tag match between Ambrose and the Hardys versus Cesaro, Sheamus, and The Miz. See? Like I said, Kurt Angle could just announced it at the start of the show. We're going to start the show out with a six-man tag match. Cut to the Raw theme song, and then have everybody come out and start the match. Stupid shit. Jeff Hardy did the Swanton Bomb for the win, so the Hardys and Ambrose won. Next, Corey Graves gets a text and walk away from the commentator table while Michael Cole's talking. Kurt Angle is backstage and Corey Graves is backstage with him. Apparently, someone tested something about Kurt Angle to Corey Graves, and Corey Graves went and tattled. So, next, Elias Sampson, aka the Drifter, is in the ring with his guitar singing. Elias faced a local jobber and won. Corey Graves returned to the commentary table and told Michael Cole it was a private matter when Cole asked him what was that all about. Next, we backstage and Samoa Joe is watching Finn Balor's entrance on a flat screen TV for some reason. And he's all like staring into it like really gay-like. But Charlie Caruso's sexy ass comes over there and interview him. Joe says he will break Balor, so I guess Joe is Bane from Batman now. So then Bray Wyatt appears in the dark room and says some supernatural shit. Afterwards, Finn Balor comes out in his Arthur Fonzarelli jacket for the triple threat match between him, Samoa Joe, and Bray Wyatt. Samoa Joe won. He threw Balor out of the ring when Balor did the double foot stomp on Wyatt, and then he got the pin. Next, Rollins gets interviewed by Jabroni backstage. Rollins talks about being in a tag team with Reigns back during the Shield days or whatever, and he says he will fight Lesnar when he win the Fatal 5-Way match at Extreme Rules. Next, Noam Dar and Alicia Fox is in the ring. Noam Dar is facing Rich Swann. Sasha Greyhound Banks is at ringside in Rich Swann's corner. Apparently, at Extreme Rules, Rich Swann and Greyhound will face Noam Dar and Alicia Fox in a mixed tag match. Hopefully, this will be on the pre-show because, and if it's on the main show, this will be my piss break. So Rich Swann won the match. Then afterwards, him and Sasha Banks did a horrible dance in the ring. Charlie Caruso interviews the Revival. She asked did they know that Enzo got attacked last week, and they got defensive. Backstage footage shows that they were on Raw last week, and they still denied it. We get footage of Tozawa versus Brian Kendrick in the Street Fight on 205 Live from last week. Big Cass then gets in Corey Graves' face about who attacked Enzo. I guess somebody accused Big Cass of attacking Enzo. So Corey Graves and Cass got in Corey Graves' face about it. Then afterwards, some words were exchanged, and Big Cass shook his hand. Then Kalisto faced Titus O'Neil with Apollo Crews at ringside. Titus O'Neil won. Next, we get one of the most horrible segments of the year. Alexa Bliss presents Bayley, This Is Your Life. Okay, when Mick Foley and The Rock did it, it was great. Ever since then, they've been trying to recreate that with all these other This Is Your Life segments. It will never work because The Rock and Foley had charisma with that shit. It was funny at the time. You can't recreate this. And plus, with these characters today, they just suck. Alexa Bliss is good, but she couldn't even save this shit. Okay, there's a table in the ring. I guess they put some tables together, and it was covered in like a purple cloth or whatever, and it had like Bayley's pictures and Care Bears, yo-yos, and yearbook picture, and so trophies all on there. And then there's some old lady in the ring. I guess there was Bayley's fourth grade teacher. There was like 200 jabronis, which basically were Bayley's ex-boyfriend and her best friend from like high school or whatever. Best friend's kind of hot though, so yeah, I hit it. But apparently, I didn't really care for this shit, but one of the highlights were Bayley's ex-boyfriend. The only reason why he dated Bayley was to get to her friend Tammy that's in the ring. So yeah, Bayley comes out, she attacks Alexa Bliss, and then all of a sudden there's a pole on the ring post. There's a kendo stick at the top. Bayley just looks at it, start nodding her head like she's retarded or something. And all of a sudden, Alexa Bliss just pulls a kendo stick out from under the table and just whack Bayley with it. And that's how that segment ended. It was fucking just horrible. Don't ever do that again, WWE. Just stop. Please just stop with these This Is Your Life. In fact, The Rock probably watching that shit. He probably shook his head. After the commercial, Enzo got jumped again. Big Cass blames the Revival, and Kurt Angle says it wasn't them, and he needs to calm down. Austin Aries and Jack Gallagher faced, wait for it, TJ Perkins and Neville again. Once again, we see this match on Raw. How many times we done see this match on Raw? This is why one of the reasons why I was against this brand split, because we were gonna see the same fucking matches every fucking week. Even before the brand split, we saw the same matches every week. But this shit but with the brand split, it's just gonna get worse. You got this shit, you got Miz and Ambrose fighting each other again. Like, god damn, just stop. Brand split needs to go away. You got a champion that's not on Raw, hasn't even been on TV since WrestleMania, so, and then you got a jobber as a champion on another show. Fucking retarded. All right, Aries and Gallagher won. Next, Shipman Lames gets interviewed backstage. I didn't give a fuck about what he said because I don't give a fuck about Shipman Lames. He retired The Undertaker. I'll never be a fan of him. He's on my Cena level of hate now, so fuck him. Charlie Caruso interviews Neville about losing by submission in the tag match, and he walks away mad. Next, this was the best segment of the night. We get a recap of the Goldust heel turn. Goldust does a Shattered Dreams production video, right? And then it gets interrupted by R-Truth parody of his parody of Shattered Dreams. And this shit was hilarious because R-Truth was like imitating Shaft, and then at the end he said, Goldust, you go get got. And I was laughing my ass off at that shit. So all right. And now for the main event, Rollins face Shipman Lames. Spoiler alert, Lames won clean. There was no interference by the other three contestants in the Fatal 5-Way match. Shipman just won clean and the show ended. How fucking god-awful. What they could have did, they could have had everybody came out there that's in that match, interfered. Match would have ended by disqualification. They all could have brawled in the ring. Then Paul Heyman could have just walked out there, stood on the fucking ramp. Then it's little, ladies and gentlemen. And then a pre-taped promo could have appeared on the Titantron with Brock Lesnar right there, saying that it don't matter who wins because I will retain a Universal Championship, and I will fuck up whoever gets in the ring with me. So they could have did that, but no, just have Shipman Lames win clean and the show ends, and then talking about bringing back the Shield later on. So how the fuck you gonna bring back the Shield with Shipman Lames just beat his own fellow Shield member clean? WWE just sucks. It's just terrible. Well, SmackDown tonight, so I'll watch that, review it. Hopefully, won't be no bullshit on there, but Jinder Mahal's champion, so. But at least last week he wasn't predominantly featured on the show. It was mostly AJ Styles and Nakamura, so hopefully they'll. And tomorrow I'm going to do a video stating 5 reasons why Frieza from the Dragon Ball series suck. So look out for that. All right, I'm out.